Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
My name is Jessie. I'm a United States Special Forces widow. This gives me a unique perspective on the world around us. If you're willing to listen, I'll tell you how I see it, and I won't pull any punches. This is my POV, which stands for Point of View.
You are listening live to the Vito and Vito Show. Disrespectful to the executive branch.
I would remind you that extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice.
Don't sign the damn deal, and the president won't.
Therefore, I do not believe that the majority can vote a man's life or property or freedom away from him.
And we're live here on the Vito and Vito Show. I'm Vito.
And I'm Vito.
We want to welcome everybody to the Vito and Vito Show. Check out the website, www.vitoandvito.com. Give us a follow at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Vito and Vito Show. And allow my co-host to explain what you're listening to right now on the Vito and Vito Show.
We are bringing you the perspective of two college-age millennial conservative libertarians out of liberal hellhole, Brooklyn, New York, where we're committed to defending the principles of free markets, liberty, and individualism. We all know punches. On the show.
None whatsoever. And we got a good show for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be talking about how Trump can get to 270. I'm tired of the number 1237. Obviously, you are not, Vito, as you want delegates to be freed and to take over Trump Tower.
I didn't say that. See, people are going to be tuning in like, oh, let's listen to these two guys from Brooklyn that my mother keeps raving about. And they're going to tune in, and they're going to think I don't want to free the delegates. We go over this every week, okay? I just want America back. And Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton is not going to fully do that for me.
I just want America back.
I want my country back.
All right.
Hoo-ah.
All right.
Yeah. Can you play some like patriotic music while I'm saying that?
I get your point. All right, the point is here, what we're going to be talking about, how Trump can get to 270. We're tired of 1237. It's over. It's out the door. The question is, how does Trump get to 270? How does he beat Hillary Clinton? We're going to break it down for you tonight. It's going to be a big show like that. We're going to break down some numbers. We're going to throw some polls. We're going to tell you what states you should be looking at if you care. Otherwise, sit in the dust and wallop. So it's going to be a good show, Vito. It's going to be a good show. We also got Forget About It Moments of the Week. And also, there is this rumor, 59% say, the American people say we should release medical records on what's wrong with Hillary Clinton.
Nice.
Okay? What is wrong with her? We're going to break down what could possibly be wrong with Hillary Clinton. I don't know where to start on this topic, Vito.
Well, I assume we're not talking about STD-wise. For the medical records.
Like her husband is. You don't know what he's carrying.
I know.
They all make fun of Donald Trump. Oh, he's a philanderer. He doesn't, this guy doesn't respect women, etc., etc. But look who we're talking about with Hillary Clinton sticking with the man who is probably one of the worst human beings towards women.
I know. And she's a feminist icon. I'm using air quotes here. Feminist icon, all these damn liberals talk about. Hillary Clinton. Because a strong, independent black woman is... a strong, independent woman wearing a pantsuit stays with her husband, who has, one, cheated on her, and apparently has raped women before. But no, he was president of the United States and governor of Arkansas. So she's going to stay with him. Because that teaches the kids exactly what to do when your man cheats on you. If he doesn't have a job, you leave him. If he does, if he's the president of the United States, of course you stay with him.
I listen, I don't really understand where this is going in the situation, but it's going to be good to really dissect Hillary Clinton, because I think there's something clinically wrong with her, honestly.
Dissect her?
I'm going right in there. I think there's something wrong with Hillary Clinton. Honestly, I think there's a psychological problem with her.
She's a pathological liar.
I'm so tired of people telling me that Donald Trump has a mental disorder when in reality the real one with the mental problem is Hillary Clinton. Granted, we did have a doctor on the show in the past diagnosing Donald Trump with narcissistic personality disorder. And I think that's true to an extent. I mean, look, Trump loves himself. I love myself a little bit too much.
Putin has Asperger's.
All right.
Okay, FDR had polio. I mean, I think Donald J. Trump will be fine. Hillary Clinton, yes, she has narcissistic personality disorder. I think Clinton does have that. She's a pathological liar. She might have more diseases and STDs. You don't know what Bill gave her.
She might have herpes, or she might have...
I think they have to name something after her. We should name an STD after her.
Like the Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah, but that's not
Hillary Clinton's disease.
Hillary Clinton.
You want to name an STD after Hillary Clinton?
After Bill Clinton.
After Bill Clinton, I would do. Not so much Hillary.
You're like, I got the pantsuit disease or something.
Yeah, all right, that's good.
You know, like the clap, they all have these fancy nicknames.
You had to rename one STD after Bill Clinton. What would you name it?
Well, that's a tough one.
Go ahead, come on. From a long list of STDs that are out there, we got gonorrhea, we got syphilis,
AIDS.
We got... Oh, come on.
She's detrimental to this country. Or like, no, Hillary Clinton, herpes, because she never goes away.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it.
Give me a second.
Never goes away. It pops up at the worst possible time.
I know.
Right?
Like when you go to meet her parents or something.
All right, okay. All right, let's get into it. How does Trump get to 270? Vito?
Oh, he has to win a lot of states.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay, we're looking at the Real Clear Politics map right now, so head over to realclearpolitics.com, and I want you to take a look. We are looking at this map right now. And it has recent. It's a great website. It really is one of the best because it really breaks down in depth. It's amazing. It's great. It's one of the best. It really breaks down past elections. We've used it. I think everybody's used it. The media's even used it, if you want to count them as a legitimate source. They've used it as a way to sort of help navigate where polls are going, to show where the trends are going to be. So Real Clear Politics, RCP, is a great tool to use. Plus, you can even build, like for those political nerds out there like ourselves, you can build an electoral college map to see what states Trump would win. Right.
Sometimes some of the maps have like years ago, so sometimes I go back.
Right. This goes back so far as to 1972.
Yeah, so I go back and play with like Reagan's different elections. Say, what if? You know, I start playing around like
only if Jimmy Carter. Only if Jimmy Carter won Texas. You know, the election would have been over.
The Bush Gore,
which is total bull. I'm just making a joke. Yeah, Bush Gore is a good one. Yeah.
You know, you can play around like what happened. But right now, Real Clear Politics is saying Clinton Kane, the feminist superheroes, 256 electoral votes. Well, Donald Trump and Pence, I don't have a nickname for them yet, but the 150 and 154, and the middle 128 are for toss-up.
Yes.
So, but here's the thing in question. You have, right, the West Coast and East Coast is all blue because the liberals flock to the water because they drown themselves in Hillary Clinton's magical water. I was going to say something else.
You're on a roll yet today, but go ahead.
And all the middle is Bible Belt because all these Christians just adore Donald J. Trump. And you got the whole Bible Belt. Huge thing is all red and going all the way up to Texas, but there's going to be a wall there soon, so don't worry. So you have all this, and right in the middle of blue is Illinois. Mm-hmm. But really dark blue is a strong Democratic hold of California and Vermont. But light blue is where Hillary might slip up, and New York is shaded light blue right now.
No, it's not.
Over here,
it's actually likely Clinton.
Likely, but not as strong as California.
Well, all right, I see what you're saying. Okay. It's likely blue. That's Vito's right. The legend at the bottom of the screen, and it is a solid state for Hillary in California. Where I'm more shocked, and I told you this about New York, it might seem like it's going to Clinton, and right now the polls, if we take a look at New York as of August 11th, if we take a look, Clinton so far has a 17-point lead over Trump in New York. And that's okay. You know, we knew that was going to be a thing, but New York is Trump's home state, right? Because the media has pretty much labeled Trump's home state as New York, which I kind of get.
Well,
so that's
does live here,
right? So that's his home. New York is more of Trump's home state, even though he never held office, than New York is to Hillary.
I know, because number one, Hillary was born in Arkansas.
Stop saying that.
No, I'm sorry, Chicago.
Is it in Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas, but like Arkansas.
Arkansas.
New York.
You really do sound like a Yankee.
Arkansas.
Okay,
Arkansas over here. But wait, wasn't you born in Chicago?
Yes.
Then met Bill, became his slave and went to Arkansas. And then she decided just to move to New York and say, I am with you, the New York people. And then she became a senator. And that was terrible. And then she decided to become Secretary of State and so on and so forth. But so really, New York is not her home state. Okay? She shares
She's a carpetbagger. That's what she is.
Yeah, she shares the cesspool and criminal-infested south side of Chicago with Barack Obama.
Yes, and let's also not forget, she also claims because she did hold office in New York, so I got to give her credit, she also claims the cesspool of corruption and dishonorable politicians up here in New York.
Look at this.
I'll give her the sliver. She does own New York. She is a New York person, right? I will say New York is her home state. She owns the corruption of New York State. I'll give her that much. Her and Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand can all get together, and the most liberal senators.
I had a meeting with Kristen Gillibrand.
You did
last year.
Okay.
Nice little round table about student tuition, and she said, "Well, we're thinking about trying to lower it by 1%." I was like, "What if you just get out of it all?" And she gave some long BS answer.
One of the reasons.
She's like, I have to go vote now. I have to get to DC.
I have to go vote.
You know what? I'm going to try to hold you here so you miss that vote.
I love it. All right. So we got
actually, Texas is not even...
Well, that's what I want to get into. I want to focus on... What's going on? Right now, I want to talk about Donald Trump. So we'll talk about the Republicans. We'll get to Hillary in a second. Let's talk about some of the states that should be locked down solid votes for Trump. Texas, if we look at the polls... has Trump up by 8. I would find it incredibly hard to believe that Donald Trump will lose Texas to Hillary Clinton by anything. Whether it's a point or 20 points, I don't even see it remotely possible for Clinton to win in Texas.
I can't see that.
Because she ain't polling there. She ain't campaigning there, rather. She's not hitting the boots on the ground. I mean, that's one of the states where she has written off.
I mean, if New York can possibly go red, there's no way Texas is going to go blue. I can't see that.
Yeah. Imagine that switch.
That would be sick. But I can't see Ted Cruz completely persuading Texas to not vote for Trump.
I don't think that'll happen. I think so. So Texas, I think, is a lock-up state. We got the Bible Belt that's pretty much a lock-up state. You got Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia. Those are pretty much solid states. Hillary Clinton right now, it's leaning in Virginia, which has 13 electoral college votes, towards her. She's up by 7. Yeah, she's up by 7, 44 to 37.
But Kansas used to be a safe place for Trump, and now it's likely Trump, even though Clinton's up almost 8 points.
Well, he did lose Kansas in the primary to Ted.
Yes.
And Kansas was a bit of an uproar at the convention.
However, New York was very safe Clinton. Now it's likely Clinton, and Clinton's only up 2.7, which I find very interesting, even though I still think Clinton will win New York. But I think it should be fine for Trump.
I also find it hard to believe that New Jersey and Connecticut are leaning towards Clinton when I think they should be toss-up states. So let me give you the rundown of the toss-up states at the Real Clear Politics map has here. And I want you to tell me if this makes any sense. So Arizona is a toss-up state. Okay. I'll buy that. Although I think it's... You know what? I don't even buy that. I'm sorry. Arizona is... It is a border state, and it is a state that I think will love Donald Trump.
Well, it's early still.
It is very early, and I think Arizona is a state that could swing for Trump if we're talking about an all-out win. But he doesn't even need Arizona. I'll tell you what states he needs in a bit. So, we got Arizona, Florida, which is always a toss-up state.
Jeez, stick on the West Coast. Go in order, guy.
We got... I'm reading right down the list here. We got Georgia, which is a toss-up state. 1.2... The spread is 1.2 points.
For
Clinton.
I can see it.
So it's very close. It's literally in the margins. Yeah. You got Iowa is a toss-up state. You believe that? Iowa.
Where Ted first won.
And Trump had a pretty good following. And did Hillary win in Iowa?
No.
In the primary? I think she did.
Did she?
Let's do a quick little look here. Did Hillary Clinton win in the Iowa primary? Ooh, that's tough, isn't it? As I looked that up, I think she did. If it was anything, it was very, very close.
I think a lot of them were close anyway.
Yeah.
But
yes. Now it's coming back to me. We all remember the sort of... Remember how close it was in Iowa?
Oh, it was out the...
To the next morning and then... Right. Yes. The coin toss. Yeah, okay.
That's the democracy.
Mm-hmm. That's how democracy works in the left. All right, so we got Iowa as a toss-up state. We got Michigan. Michigan's a toss-up state. Normally, Michigan's going to run to the left because it's a very union-centric town. Yet the spread there is 6.6 in favor of Clinton. Still very early. Trump can make inroads in Michigan. That's not bad. I'm actually pretty happy for that. We also got Missouri, which is pretty hard to believe, but I think Trump will carry that. We got Nevada, which is also, in a way, connected to the border. North Carolina. Ohio, of course, is always a swing state. And Maine. You believe that? Maine Congressional District 2. They have a way that they do it, and Trump's up by 1. I don't know how many electoral college votes he gets. I think he gets maybe 1. Yeah, it's 1. It's not that big of a deal, so scratch that out. Okay. Because Maine has a funny way of doing things. But right now, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Michigan, Missouri, Nevada, North Carolina, and Ohio are all toss-up states. So that's good to know. Because I'm going to tell you what Trump needs to win in order to win. I think if he winds up getting, for example... Pennsylvania, he'll put himself in a real good spot. If he wins Florida, he'll put himself in a great spot.
Florida's going to be a big toss. Pennsylvania right now is leaning towards Hillary. So
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I think so too. Now let's assume that Trump gets some states that people have never ever seen before. I mean, let's assume he gets New Jersey and Connecticut, Rhode Island.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think he has such a powerful ability to get people out of the polls.
Is 12 votes going to put him over the edge?
No, but I think that just adds to the thing. I think he'll win Michigan. I think he'll get Georgia. I even think he'll go so far to get North Carolina. So if we add all the states that I just said, I'm not going back to repeat them, so go back in the tape. That puts Trump to 226 to 176 based on the numbers I said earlier in the program. Now let's assume that Nevada goes for Trump. That's 268. And like I said, Arizona can go for Trump. That's 279. He wins. So what does he got to win in order to make this possible? Trump's got to win Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. I think he could do it. I even think he'll go as far as to win Michigan because a lot of Trump's fan base is union-centric. And I think that's the key. That is the key to Trump's victory right now. He's got to focus really on his union member voting base. One of the problems with Donald Trump as of now is he keeps running out on TV and he's fighting battles he can't win. He's going after that Muslim family. Remember that at the DNC? He sort of toned it down, but he was going after them for a while. You're not going to win PR points because you know the media is going to spin this story. And don't even tell me the media spins every story, because we know they spin every story, but they're going to spin this story specifically, and it's not going to look good no matter how you wear it. It's not going to look good. So no matter what you do, no matter how you argue it, it's not going to win Trump's favor. So he's got to tone down the rhetoric, and I think he's got to stick to his talking points, Vito. I think Trump needs to find a spot in the campaign where he knows what he's talking about, he picks an issue, and he just hits a home run on it. And one of those is Hillary Clinton just can't be president. She's unfit to serve. One of the other issues is that she's a liar. You can go after issues specifically. He came up with a great economic plan. We'll talk about that in a bit. But his great economic plan, we talk about jobs in this country. Let's talk about border security. If Trump wants to win, he's got to stop playing the leftist narrative. He's literally giving the media enough ammo to be used against them.
Yeah, but Donald Trump has been doing this for so long. I think certain little things...
And I think the primary and the general election are different.
Right, but even if you're going to continue, but they're such little things. I think the big thing you should avoid is definitely the veterans. When he goes after a veteran's family or this or that, certain things they can easily blow up and make it hurt him. But for the most part, I think Donald Trump's fine. I mean, what outlandish things does he actually say? A lot of things that maybe just takes.
He did not. I will say, and as a person,
a lot of stuff.
As a person voting for Trump, I will say him not calling. This is his words. John McCain is a war hero because he got captured. As much as I don't like John McCain, I still don't think that's a good thing to say. Granted, I don't think John McCain should be considered just because he was a POW and the service that he did for this country, and it really is just amazing. I still don't think that translates into him being a great politician. A great Republican, but at the same time, you can't really say that because it don't make any sense. The left's going to run with that. And it's going to appeal to moderate voters who see Trump as a radical guy.
Right, but that definitely the media can spin off for everything Donald Trump has said.
And they have, absolutely. Not to mention, they call them racist because they said, he said some people coming across the border who are Mexican and other Latin American people who are coming across the border are bringing crimes, drugs, and raping people. That's absolutely true.
Most.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He says some of them are good.
Some are good.
And what does that mean the rest are?
Some. And the rest are sort of, unknown.
No.
He's also clarified it himself in the past after he made those comments. Yes, the same thing like he said about Hillary Clinton and the Second Amendment. You saw the new comments he made about Hillary Clinton and the Second Amendment? Mm-hmm. Donald Trump coming out saying how he, folks, Hillary Clinton is not good for you. She's not a good president. I don't know what we'll do if she was elected. And then Trump remarks saying, well, folks, there is a Second Amendment. So there's your boy Donald Trump either calling for the assassination of Hillary Clinton or calling for revolution.
I think it means revolution because I've called for revolution this entire time on this show and I completely support it.
Now, he obviously said that in a joking manner. Come on, people don't know how to make a joke, and I absolutely disagree with the media ripping him to shreds. I've seen people on ESPN, I've seen people on ABC, on Fox and MSNBC. I've seen other Republicans attack Trump. I've seen Democrats attack Trump. Susan Collins, senator from Maine, comes out earlier this week denouncing Trump, saying she's not going to vote for him. I don't know how that even helps Donald Trump or any Republican win in the fall. But regardless, the point is, the media is going to take things and spin them. Of course they are. Of course they are. But at the end of the day, someone's got to explain to me just why the hell Donald Trump is sticking to his message. That's what he has to do. That's how he won his campaign. Even though he's fighting Hillary, even though he's fighting people left and right and on Republicans, and he's knocking them down, or there was Ted, or whether it was Jeb Bush or whatever, that's over and done. He could do the same with Hillary Clinton to a degree at a general election audience, but mostly stick and fight on the issues. We'll talk more when we get back right here on the Vito and Vito Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Who might you save?
Your mother, your father, your husband, uncle, aunt, son.
Learn FAST, F-A-S-T, the sudden signs of a stroke, and you could save
your friend, teacher, boss.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. F-A-S-T. That's F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in the recovery of
Your neighbor, the waiter, grandmother, grandfather.
So learn FAST, the sudden signs of a stroke, then pass it on, because you never know who might save you.
Your wife, your colleague.
Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org, brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the California Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Fighting the Common Core standards? Need a powerful tool to help inform others on this harmful education initiative? You're covered with Common Ground on Common Core, the collection of essays by 20 top education experts and activists. Reviewers call it the best single resource on the topic. You can share it with literally anyone. Order your print or digital copy of Common Ground on Common Core today. Just visit resoundingbooks.org. That's resoundingbooks.org. And get $2 off when you tell them Vito and Vito sent you. Paid for by Resounding Books Pack.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time. The whole experience was fine. If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ReadyPA.org, brought to you by ReadyPA, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
And we're back here on the Vito and Vito Show. Check out the website, www.vitovito.com.
W.
Good. And give us a like on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Vito and Vito Show. I'm sure we have a Pinterest out there. What else is it? MySpace?
I get it. All right, whatever. We get the point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're somewhere on social media. But listen, before we start going on about Hillary Clinton and before we talk about how Donald Trump can get to 270 and what he needs to do and actually what states he could shortcut in order to win and where his message will best resonate, which we'll get in the second half of the show, I want to talk about a book that I have used in my arguments against my leftist professors. It's called Common Ground on Common Core, Voices from Across the Political Spectrum Expose the Realities of the Common Core State Standards when an ideological diverse array of the nation's top education activists and experts come together within the pages of a single volume, so you don't have to read as much, to speak out against the Common Core State Standards and related initiatives in education. The magnitude of the issue couldn't be more clear. Across the political spectrum, across the education spectrum, this is Common Core on Common Ground, and I want you to check out this book. Go to www.vitoandvito.com, click on the link on the left-hand side of the screen. It'll take you right to the page to order it, and go ahead and type in the promo code Vito and Vito, VITO and VITO, Vito and Vito, to save 10%. You can save 10% on this book that I have used against my liberal college professors and liberal students in announcing and denouncing the disaster of Common Core. So go ahead. The book is called Common Ground on Common Core, Voices from Across the Political Spectrum Expose the Realities of the Common Core State Standards. It's got a foreword by former U.S. Congressman Ron Paul. I love Ron Paul, and I think every conservative should also. It is a great book, and I want you to check it out. Common Ground on Common Core. Go to www.vitoandvito.com. Click on the left-hand link on the side of the screen. It'll take you right to the page, and I want you to use the promo code Vito and Vito and save 10%. Common Core on Common Ground. Check it out. It's a great book, and I use it all the time. All right, we're back. I want to rip apart the left, and it's going to be fun to do that. But first, I want to go ahead and advise Donald Trump. If I was Donald Trump's campaign manager, I'm Paul Manafort, right? I got some nice hair going for myself. I wear some nice suits. I'm Paul Manafort. What do I say to Donald Trump? What state should he focus on to win? Because Trump said he's going to go ahead and campaign in New York, and he's going to campaign all over the place, which is a pretty good idea. I get that. But at the end of the day, he's not really going to do the greatest in a lot of these states. He's got to focus and hone his energy in on a specific parts of the country. Which should they be, Vito?
Parts of the country?
Yeah.
I think he definitely has the Bible Belt solid and locked in. But, on the map, certain places are definitely not leaning towards where he wants to be, such as Kansas that I mentioned before. I think Kansas is definitely a big part. Pennsylvania we mentioned, and Florida. Florida's always been a swing state. So I think if he needs those couple, you think he's going to win Michigan?
He needs more. I think he needs to start campaigning hard in Michigan. He's got to get on the ground.
Of course, he has to focus on the swing states.
Absolutely. He's got to get in Michigan. He's got to campaign hard.
Because what's red is red. That's it for Trump.
That's pretty much true.
For Hillary.
Right.
I don't think I have a problem with that. I honestly would leave New York out. Even though they say it's leaning more towards
I get it.
Swing or whatever. Leave it alone. You have to worry more on PA, Michigan, Georgia, the Carolinas, Florida, even Nevada and Arizona. Even though I think that's going to go red, Arizona. And then
I firmly disagree. If anything, if there's one state on this map that I think is going to go red, it's Arizona without a doubt. It is a border state, and it is very pro-Trump.
I just said that.
I think it will go red. I'm sorry. I think he said he wasn't going to go red. No. So I think he's got Arizona locked up. Nevada, don't kill yourself over there, even though that's Sin City and Las Vegas is there. Don't kill yourself. Focus on Arizona. If I was Paul Manafort, I'd focus on Florida. Of course, you got to focus on Florida. Pennsylvania. I'd even turn my attention to Pennsylvania because it's a state with a large amount of industrious workers and a large amount of union guys and a lot amount of people who are disgruntled with the American way of things. And I think he wants to change things up in this state. That people want to change things up. Trump's got to go to Pennsylvania and campaign hard over there. That's 20 electoral college votes right there. He's got to campaign hard. He's got to campaign in Florida. He's got to campaign in Arizona. He's even got to campaign in Michigan. Michigan's important for him. I think if he can get Michigan, that's great. It's a very strong Democratic state. But if Trump's able to switch the tides because of his strong message of jobs, a wall, border security, veterans, I think he'll be able to send that tide. Ohio's going to be difficult. He's got to win Ohio, and I think he can. It is close enough for Trump to win. Ohio's another state with industrious workers who were pissed off at both parties because they failed them. Think about it. A lot of these states used to be big industrial states. They are now suffering. This is Trump's golden goose to win. Georgia. I think Georgia's another example of something that Trump could win. Let him get down to Georgia. He wins Florida, Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania. The man won the election. And he won it all on the message of bringing back jobs to America. That's what he has to do to win. That's what I would advise Trump, and that's what I'm telling him to do.
Okay, so according to that, what states does he lose? You named a lot of states there.
He would lose Virginia, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, Iowa, Colorado, Nevada. That's what he would lose. Assuming he wins the swing states of, I'll say it again, Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia, Michigan he's got to turn, which I think he can, and Arizona. He's got to win 5. 4 of those are toss-up states. The hardest one to really change, I think, is going to be Michigan. Other than that, I think he's got a good shot. And even if he doesn't win those states, he still has other states to win.
Iowa?
Huh?
You think Hillary's going to take Iowa?
Even, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. You could even count Iowa as an insurance program. The point is, if he wins the states that I just said, he gets 274. That's it. He wins. You need 270 to win. So if I was a betting man, that's what I'm betting on for Trump. Now, let's also not forget that Trump has power in the Northeast. New Jersey. Connecticut. These might be small states, but they're states with power. And I think ultimately the man can win if he turns his attention to winning states with an industrial sort of working pattern. That's sort of what he has to do. And Vito, not for nothing, I think if you're going to win in 2016, what you really have to do is turn around and run on the working man's platform. He's won the primary on that platform. Why won't he win in the general like that?
Right, which is why I think he has a good shot at Michigan and Ohio. But the thing is, during the primary, like you said before, you have to stick with your main talking points, what you're running on.
Right.
So immigration, Islam, make America great again. Make it great. Right? But he can hammer down those points in the primary so easily because all he has to do is repeat himself a couple times. We're building a wall, big wall, kick out the Muslims, everything's great. He has so much time to attack.
That's not what he said, but okay.
Attack so many other candidates that most of the time, especially during debates, every other time you really see him on TV, he's either talking about how great he is or attacking other candidates, how Jeb Bush has no energy and Ted Cruz, Lion Ted, and all of this. But what if it's just Hillary Clinton? He has to focus in and only attack Hillary Clinton and focus on the talking points. No, this veteran was talking, they're captured, I don't like Jesus Christ because I don't like messiahs who were captured before, whatever else he could think of.
I think there's more to this as well, and this is just more sort of evidence to back up my point that Trump is going to really campaign hard in Michigan, and Michigan is going to be the key to his success. Where did Trump have his economic speech? Where did he detail his plan? Detroit, very good. At the Detroit Economic Club. So Trump comes out, speaks at the Detroit Economic Club. On his website, he has an entire story that says the city of Detroit is where our story begins, and it outlines basically how terrible Detroit is now, and how great it was and prosperous it was at the end of years ago. How right now, the per capita income of a Detroit citizen is $15,000. Think of that. $15,000, about half of the national average, and 40% of the city's residents live in poverty. Over 2.5 times the national average. The unemployment rate is more than twice the national average. Half of Detroit residents do not work. Why is that? Because a lot of the jobs have moved out of the state and out of the country. So there is Trump's big thing. He's focusing in on Detroit, and I'm happy he is, because like Rand Paul was doing, and this is what I challenge the never Trumpers all the time, Rand Paul was going to places where Republicans never went. And here's Donald Trump going to places where Republicans never went. He's also doing the same thing by bringing in a completely new voting bloc into the Republican Party, by bringing a part of working men and women into the right. And I think that's even a better thing, because we're no longer relying on the traditional Republican. We're relying on a new type of Republican. He's also attracting gay voters to the party. He's attracting young people to the party. So ultimately, Donald Trump has to focus on two things. One, the states that I just mentioned. And number two, how is he going to coalesce and build and sort of go further from the coalition he's already established in the primaries? That is, first-time voters, Republicans, and conservatives. How does he go from there? And I think he has a good shot. When I say conservatives, I mean a certain part of them, not all. But I think if he goes from there and builds upon the first-time voters, disgruntled Democrats, pissed-off union members, people who never voted before, Republicans, coalescing around that group, he'll have enough to win. Because he's going to turn out the way Barack Obama turned out, with new people inspired by a man who is not going to take it anymore.
Obama also had 98% of the black vote.
That also helps, but that's only 12% of the country if you factor in every black person voted.
Right, but you got to factor in how many people are actually voting. Because America does have one of the lower turnouts among democratic countries in the world.
I understand, but he has a great chance, really, for Trump to take it.
I do think so.
I think so, too, and I think he has a great way of winning this election. Tell us what you think at Vito and Vito Show. Go ahead on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and tell us what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? I want you to hear what you have to say, because this stuff sort of entertains me. Let's talk about Hillary Clinton, Vito.
Oh, my favorite chick.
I mean, this is really, it is week after week after week, this crap. But it's sort of important to understand the sickness that Hillary Clinton really has. Because 59% of the people think that Hillary Clinton has bizarre behavior, seizure allegations, raised doubts about her health. So this is the same, you've seen her coughing a lot on screen. You see her freaking out. You've seen her short-circuiting, as she says at one of her conferences. So Clinton really isn't, I don't think, all that well and all that prepared to hold the job that she seeks to get. Am I right or am I wrong? She has erratic behavior all the time. Is she ill? You've seen it. I've seen it convulse on camera. I've seen it all this time. We've seen these videos over and over again. And this is the messed up part about this stuff. The media won't report on it. Did anyone see that picture of Hillary Clinton being held up the stairs in a green jacket by Secret Service agents?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So let's go through some of the stuff right here. In 2013, CNN reported that then-Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was treated with blood thinners in a New York hospital to help dissolve a blood clot in her head. Okay, so that's not good. So maybe she was on the road to getting a stroke. That's obviously not good. It's not healthy.
Okay.
What else could there be? Could there be more? Yes, there is. Going back further, in 2008, then Senator Hillary fainted during a speech in Buffalo, New York. She received medical attention on the site. About 5 minutes into the speech, she said she was queasy. That's a quote from a newspaper back in the day. Who was at the Women's Tap fundraiser at the private club? Clinton left the podium and continued her talk, sitting in a chair, but eventually left the room. She needed a break. She returned to the podium a while later, and she fainted. So now here's a woman that's obviously not prepared, I don't think so, to run this position. And what pisses me off the most about this, and Hillary Clinton obviously has, and that plus the pathological liar stuff, I think there's just something psychologically wrong with her. It goes to a higher degree, and it pisses me off. I don't want to defend John McCain as a politician, but that man, people said, was going to die in office.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
They said John McCain was going to...
They said that about Reagan, too.
They said that about Ronald Reagan. And today he's slandered left and right by people on the left, claiming that Ronald Reagan is ill and not ready to hold office. And it's total bull, because when you take a look at Hillary Clinton, and we look at what she has gone through and what she's going through, plus the current pathological state of her lying, it gets worse and worse and worse. And nobody seems to call it out. But we're going to call it out for you, ladies and gentlemen, because it's what matters here on this program. The truth. And we're trying to bring it to you in the best way possible. Now listen, I don't want you to go anywhere, because when we return, we got some Forget About It moments of the week here on the Vito and Vito Show. We're going to spend a long time on that, and then we'll see you back next week. Right here on the Vito and Vito Show. Before we go to commercial, I just got to plug this again, because it's such a good book. It's such a good book, Vito. Common Ground on Common Core. The best single resource for understanding and fighting back against the Common Core standards. I use this book every time against my political professors, my political left professors, and I get them every single time. So I want you to check out this book for me. When an ideologically diverse array of the nation's top education activists and experts come together within the pages of a single volume to speak out against the Common Core state standards and related initiatives in education, the magnitude of the issue couldn't be more clearer. It's got a foreword by Ron Paul, a patriot, and I want you to check it out. Common Ground on Common Core. Voices across from the political spectrum. Expose the realities of the Common Core state standards. If you're a student and you're listening to this program, understand just how terrible Common Core is. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a parent and you're helping your kids day in and day out, staying up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning trying to understand this Common Core crap, this is the book for you. How do you go about to your state legislators and try to change this crap? How do we stop Hillary Clinton from implementing a possible federal program of the Common Core? Common Ground on Common Core. Check it out. Go to www.vitoandvito.com. Go to the website and type, and on the left-hand side of the screen you'll see a picture of the book. I want you to click on that. It'll take you right to the page where you can buy the book, and type in the promo code Vito and Vito. Save 10%. Vito and Vito, VITO and VITO. Save 10% on this book. Use it. Put it in your library. Bring it to school. Bring it to where you have to bring it to. Bring it to City Hall, Town Hall, whatever. And use it against your professors. Use it against your legislatures. And let's make some change in this country. Don't go anywhere. The Vito and Vito Show will be back right after this. Forget About It moment of the week coming up.
Fighting the Common Core standards? Need a powerful tool to help inform others on this harmful education initiative? You're covered with Common Ground on Common Core, the collection of essays by 20 top education experts and activists. Reviewers call it the best single resource on the topic. You can share it with literally anyone. Order your print or digital copy of Common Ground on Common Core today. Just visit resoundingbooks.org. That's resoundingbooks.org. And get $2 off when you tell them Vito and Vito sent you. Paid for by Resounding Books Pack.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time. The whole experience was fine. If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ReadyPA.org, brought to you by ReadyPA, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
We're back here on the Vito and Vito Show. Check us out on the website www.vitoandvito.com. And I'm just learning that apparently a pharmaceutical executive named Martin Shkreli diagnosed Hillary Clinton with Parkinson's disease.
Really?
So she does have diseases.
Well, well, that's terrible.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say to that.
Spell his name, Vito.
S-H-K-R-E-L-I.
S-H-K. Say it again.
S-H-K-R-E-L-I.
You mean Martin Shkreli or something like that? This is the same idiot that went ahead got arrested. This is the same guy that got arrested from Turning Pharmaceuticals. He got arrested, I think, for insider trading or something like that. And he's the same guy who raised, remember, the AIDS medication up to like 1 billion% or something like that. He bought the patent. Yep, it's him. So I don't know just how much trust I have in a guy like this, but he did come out and he did say it. And I won't put it past him. I mean, he is. Let's remember, this is the guy. He's still a former pharmaceutical executive.
Yeah, but I mean, what are the
signs of? Oh, he's getting it really from the picture. You see that picture of Hillary Clinton? Like I said, she's in the green jacket and she's shaking and held up the stairs. Look, I wouldn't put it past it. This woman's got much more different or worse problems than I think than just Parkinson's. This lady.
I mean, she's also 69 years old.
I get that. She's an older woman, and on top of that, she is an absolute pathological liar. I mean, to the American people, I could deal with a narcissist. You know why? Because they talk about themselves like Donald Trump. If he wants to, whatever. Guy's going to talk about himself. He's going to do whatever he wants to do for him. That's fine. But a pathological liar is going to lie to the American people. Have you not learned anything from the past 8 years of President Obama? And this doesn't really go out to just Democrats. It also goes out to Republicans not voting for Trump. You never Trumpers out there. That's what this is going after. And I want to stress this point entirely. I'll say it again. If you're not voting for Donald Trump, are you sort of voting for Hillary Clinton? You're supposed to be a rank-and-file Republican, where when the going gets tough, you got to vote for the Republican line. I get certain issues where, like, okay, this guy's not really a conservative. He's not really doing it for me. Like the John McCain, Mitt Romney thing. I agree 100%. But do I agree with the Donald Trump thing? Not really. Not really. Forget about Moments of the Week right here on the Vito and Vito Show.
Forget about it?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Paul, forget about it.
Forget about Moments of the Week here on the Vito and Vito Show. Break down some of the craziest moments of the week or something like that. All right, what do you got? Oh, you want a riddle? I got a riddle for you, Vito.
The riddles?
Yeah, I got a riddle for you. Ready?
New game.
You want a new game? Okay, we were doing this before the show. We figured we'd throw it here on the Vito and Vito shows. We have some fun. I want you to tell me what you think some of these are.
I'm good at these riddles.
You ready?
I got it, yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
What travels around the world but stays in a corner?
A globe? No?
No? A globe?
A stamp.
A stamp. Very good. Good. You obviously read that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we sort of destroyed all that. Here's another. You're going to like this one. Ready? Okay. Here we go. Ready? Okay. He has married many women, but has never been married. Who is he?
A Mormon?
Vito.
Never married Donald Trump.
Okay. No.
You, a reverend.
Yeah, that's true, a priest.
Aha.
And just for those listening at home, I'm a reverend, right?
Yeah, so you can marry you.
Yeah, I did the stuff online, so I don't know just how much validity you want to put into your marriage with me, but nonetheless, I can do it. What invention lets you look right through a wall?
A window?
Very good.
Well,
some people aren't as clever as you, Vito. I think that's what it comes down to.
This is why I have the microphone.
Oh, here's a good one. Ready? You ready for this one? You ready? Here. All right. I got one for me. If you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't gotten me. What am I?
Prostitute.
Wrong.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton's
daughter.
No.
Husband's girlfriend.
You're almost sort of there.
Bill.
No.
The pantsuit lady.
How about something with electronics?
Her emails.
Yeah. That's not it, though. If you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't got me. What am I?
An STD. I don't know.
Secret. And which word in the dictionary is spelled incorrectly?
Incorrectly.
Ta-da. All right, what do you got, Vito? First, forget about it a moment.
Give or take a second thing. Maybe Hillary is just covering up, like, porn subscriptions or something.
Maybe. Who knows the hell Bill does on that damn private computer?
Yeah, maybe Bill used her laptop and email and signed up to, like, Pornhub and all these different things. And it was actually on the State Department. So she had to delete this stuff.
You know what? I would not put it past a man like Bill Clinton. You know why?
To screw with it. Like, hey, you want to be president? Subscribe.
Because I don't even think he really likes her.
Oh, come on. Do you blame him?
Oh, I don't.
Look at her.
I don't.
Like, back when they first met, like, she was a hippie. She probably didn't shower.
Ew. I don't think she still showers. I like Nancy Pelosi. I don't care what you all say out there. Nancy Pelosi, with that Botox, that face is pulled back, I don't think she looks that bad. Under certain
I like Michelle Bachmann.
I like Michelle Bachmann too.
Much better than her age.
I think Michelle Bachmann is a very beautiful woman.
You know who I think is hideous? Michelle Obama.
Oh, come on.
She's strong and ugly and
she is not. She is fit. She goes to the gym and she works out.
Oh, I'm glad the first lady has all this time.
Yeah. Well, what else is she gonna do? She's the first lady. She's literally the spouse of the president. What could you possibly make them do?
I don't know.
Run the State Department? Would you? Okay,
No,
I thought Hillary was pretty bad.
Okay.
You want to
I didn't say
Michelle?
that. But still, you can look good, but not look like you're competing in the Olympics on the men's side.
If she's getting us medals, that's all I care. What is the Olympic count, by the way?
Oh, the United States is winning. Michael Phelps apparently is not human, so he keeps winning.
He keeps winning, and I want it to keep happening. Right now, the U.S., by the way, 35 medals. We got 13 gold. China's got 10 gold. They're at 26 medals.
We gotta beat them, the Chinese.
We gotta beat them. That's right. And the Japanese, by the way. I want to beat them too. I beat them once. I want to beat them again. All right, what do you got? Come on.
You beat them.
That's right. I was there.
Everyone says Americans so fat, this and that, but we keep winning all the gold medals at the Olympics. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I think both the winter and the summer, right? We're doing pretty good on both things.
Yeah, they should have spring and fall too.
Yeah, relax.
Anyway,
I was going to be an Olympic runner. You know that?
What happened?
Well, you know, things happen, knee injury, and
yeah. All right, Bruce.
All right, yeah. Then I became a woman, and then I was like, I don't know if I can compete with the women.
About women.
All right.
At Taiwan Zoo, they captured a giraffe to bring to the zoo, but the giraffe had a panic attack and died.
Jesus.
Don't know what this has to do with women, but that's how I segued.
Well, that's unfortunate because I feel bad for a thing, you know. Why do we enslave these animals? Isn't it just terrible?
I love the zoo.
Why?
Because you can look at all these exotic animals.
I never saw the point of going to a zoo because the animals going to the bathroom all over the place. It's rolling around.
Watch them take craps everywhere, Vito.
You don't watch them. It's what they do. They give a damn.
A rhino. If I want to see, I got to go to Africa and get some Ebola disease. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, what's the point of? Honestly, what is the thrill of seeing a giraffe? Can someone tell me?
Oh, it's cool.
It's cool.
It's fun to look at.
No. Roadhouse was a cool thing. Okay, that's cool. Okay, Roadhouse was cool. Dirty Dancing, to a certain degree, was pretty cool. The Rolling Stones are cool. Okay.
No, the Rolling Stones are amazing. Okay. Period. I just don't bring them up. The zoo, it's different. It's exotic. Okay, it's like,
exotic.
Let's go see a lion. You ever see a lion before?
The zoo, yeah, on the Wizard of Oz. The zoo is a manufactured environment for an animal. I never saw the thrill of going to the zoo.
Yeah, so is dogs and cats and fish.
No, it's not. A dog is a domesticated animal that lives in your house. A cat is a domesticated animal that lives in your house, and a fish should be skinned alive and eaten.
Oh, so sick. Okay, so you know what? Let's think about the animals, because animals have rights. And
I never said they have rights. I just don't get the point of people going to the zoo.
They like that. What's the point of, like, water art or yoga in the park at 6 o'clock in the morning with the Asians on Bay Parkway over here, you know? All right? I don't like it, but they do it. What does it matter? Some people like playing Sudoku.
I don't get none of that neither. I never got Sudoku. I never got doing yoga in the park at 6 a.m. with a bunch of Asian people.
Man.
And what was the other thing you did? What was it? Water art? What the hell is that? I don't know. I like water art.
I like art too, but I can't really get into it and sit there for hours. I have things to do.
What do you possibly have to do that's so pressing?
Really? Like, forget about it moments for the show.
What else do you have?
Oh, please. The giraffe died. We've been talking about the point. It had a panic attack and died.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You shouldn't have taken it and thrown it in the zoo.
Please, how does the giraffe have a panic attack?
How do I know? Maybe he's going through a lot. His wife was killed or something, and
he snapped its neck?
Maybe his kid's neck was a little shorter, so he's not up to this bar like everybody else.
Hey, all giraffes' lives matter.
All right.
Anyway, in New York City, this made the Daily News. This was all over Drudge. I don't know why. There's a crackhead smoking crack who undressed himself on the 3 train. I have 2 issues with this. 1, why is this big news? And 2, the Daily News called it the number 3 train. It's the 3 train.
Well, it's a New Yorker.
It's not the number 3 train. What? The 3 train. Hop on the 2, the 4. Take the F for downtown. Okay?
Hey, just listen.
The Daily News is despicable. I can't stand them. And look.
Oh, this is the final straw.
It's a crackhead. I saw a crackhead a couple days on a train scratching his skin off. So what? He smoked crack and took off his clothes. It's the 3 train.
I got a crackhead sitting right next to me, and his name is Vito. And look, he's scratching away. I don't even hear it on the microphone.
I'm fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's scratching away. It doesn't bother us here. I don't understand why it's news.
What happened? Did I get a new reporter from Wisconsin? Because all these hipsters keep coming over here, and now they're writing for the Daily News. Oh, there's a crackhead smoked crack and took off his clothes. Give me a break. Give me a damn break. So he smoked some crack. Don't give him money. Change cars. Man, this is so hard.
You know what really grinds my gears? All right, what else do you got?
In Moscow, this is the best.
Oh, this should be good.
You play Pokemon Go?
No.
I'm
an American. I'm an American, and I do not betray my country playing that crap Pokemon Japanese thing. But go ahead, in Moscow.
Okay.
All right. You all remember Pearl Harbor. You all laugh at me, but go ahead.
Why do you Heineken?
Tell the story, huh?
You drink all these different beers that are not even from America.
That's different.
How?
Because I'm an alcoholic. Now get to the point.
Oh, I'm sorry. So apparently this lady in
I'll
Moscow,
drink hand sanitizer if I don't get my hands on a bottle of Jack. Now get to the point. Go ahead.
A woman in Moscow is accusing a Pokemon of rape.
I gotta hear the details of this story. Go ahead.
Apparently,
it's a video game, right? This video thing?
Yeah.
Pokemon Go? Okay, so how does a video game rape somebody? Go ahead.
Let me explain.
Please.
She was laying in bed with her husband, and she woke up, because it's a virtual game. To all the older folks who don't know Pokemon Go. Pokemon, they pop up on your phone, but it's like virtual reality, so you can see it in your room or whatever. So the Pokemon apparently was on her bed, raped her, and when she jumped off, the Pokemon was gone. So she called the police, and the police recommended a psychiatrist.
But how does she know? Was she in bed? Was she playing the game or something?
No.
She just saw a Pokemon jump up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like, I see dead people. That's somebody you don't want to associate yourself with. Like, you leave. You go see a psychiatrist. Like, go see Dr. Freud. Those, you go
or
see...
a priest.
A priest, yeah. I need a young priest and an old priest. You shouldn't be seeing dead people. You shouldn't be seeing Pokemon raping you. I don't know what happened. I think the lady's crazy.
I think she's crazy, too. I don't like this Pokemon Go thing. You got people driving and playing this stupid thing, getting into accidents.
Oh, please. Have a responsibility.
Well, yeah, of course, responsibility. But still, you got people driving with the stupid thing. There's a lawsuit going on right now. I don't know if you've seen this. A couple of different states. People are suing because they got Pokemon in their backyard. People are pissed off. And now they're suing the Pokemon Go. There's one guy, ready for this story, I think they're in Texas. The guy, they kept knocking on his door to go in his backyard. A bunch of kids want to catch these Poke things. And the last guy who knocked on his door, this guy, he ran out with a gun and shotgun. He's like, get out of my yard. He was flipping out on the kid. And now he's making a class action lawsuit. And I can't really blame him. I mean, this thing is so dumb.
I don't blame him, but what I don't understand is because I have played the game and friends have played that there's range to catch the Pokemon. Like, you don't have to be right in the guy's backyard. You can be down like a couple houses down and still catch it from wherever.
Like, I think it's a stupid game.
I don't really see why the kids have to be in the backyard.
I think it's a stupid game. I think it's a dumb game where all you do is run around to pretend to be somebody you're not, and it's a detriment to society. Absolutely.
Really?
Yep.
You run around saying, really?
Really?
That's a game. That's the point of a game.
No. I get like the Cowboys and Robbers things. This is another problem.
I'm a cowboy. No, you're not.
Are you playing with another person? Yes or no? No, you're playing with yourself. You're just going to catch your stupid things. So
no, you
running
interact
around
with other people.
You do what?
You interact with other people.
How the hell do you interact with each other while on your damn phone?
On the Pokemon.
Really?
Whenever you play the game, I'll look into it before you have these.
By next week, we'll have the conversation. Thanks for listening to Vito and Vito's show in Brooklyn.
It's nothing but the truth.